What's going on, guys? Tomcat here, and today I'm bringing you guys something a little bit different where I'm going to be talking about some of the new confirmed cars for Need for Speed Rivals. Now, in the background, I have some gameplay from Need for Speed Hot Pursuit instead of Need for Speed Most Wanted because I thought that Need for Speed Hot Pursuit would be a little bit more suited to this topic. Now, I found this list on ps3trophies.org. They've done a great job of bringing all of the confirmed cars and some of the speculated cars together in a really good list, so I'm going to leave a link to this list in the description box below. But without any more rambling on, I'm going to go ahead and get to the list. Now, I'm not going to go completely in order, but I'm going to basically go in order of cars that I find to be the most important. Now, we're going to start with the Jaguar F-Type, of course. Now, the Jaguar F-Type has been making a lot, basically making a lot of noise in the auto journalism world and just out of its own exhaust pipes because it is an amazing car, and it's a little bit of an interesting car because it's not a crazy performance car, but it is kind of in the crazy performance car price group, I guess you could say. But what you do get from the F-Type isn't just speed. The F-Type is about sound and feel, and there's so much more to the F-Type than just speed. And I think a lot of people discount it because it's not as fast as, say, a Corvette would be for the same money. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about in the list, or next few things that I want to talk about in the list, are obviously you have your Ferraris, your 458 Italia, California, FF, F12, and possibly 2013 LaFerrari. Now, it's awesome that Ferrari is back in Need for Speed. Now, we've already talked about this, or I've already talked about this in some other videos, and I know plenty of people have talked about it, so I'm not going to stay on that subject for a very long time. But what I also want to talk about is the lineup of Porsches. Now, we obviously know that we have the new 2014 911 GT3, which is the 991 generation. Also, we're expected to have the 918 Spider and the new 981 Cayman S as a cop car, which would be very, very, very interesting. Now, also, another car that I didn't really expect to see was, and this is all another speculation from the list, but it is the 2013 Renault Clio Rs 200 EDC. Now, I don't know much about this car, but I know that if it's going to be a Clio RS, it should be really, really interesting and really quick for a hot hatch anyway. I mean, Renault knows how to build hot hatchbacks, and I'm definitely excited to see some of them in Need for Speed Rivals. Now, I also want to talk about Subaru. Now, this list speculates the 2012 Subaru BRZ and the 2014 WRX STI. Now, if you guys haven't seen pictures of the concept for the new WRX STI, I really recommend going and looking that up because it's a very cool looking car, and I hope they stick with that. That concept style, and they stick with that image. Now, another car that is completely confirmed is the 2013 Gtr Black Edition as a cop car. Now, that's going to be a cool cop car because I don't think we've seen the GTR as a cop car in anything other than actually, I don't even think there was one in Need for Speed Most Wanted. I was about to say there was, but I don't think there was. Now, a couple other cars that I'm excited about are the 2011 Maserati Gran Cabrio MC Stradale and the 2013 Maserati Ghibli. And I think Ghibli is how you pronounce it. Not exactly sure. This list speculates that it will be a cop car, but I'm also hoping that there will be a racer version because it is a pretty cool car. And like I said, I'm hoping that they actually have a racer version of that. Now, also, the 2013 Grand Cherokee SRT8. Now, that thing is a tank. That thing is going to be fun to drive, and I guarantee you that thing is going to be really fun to use on the racer side and the cop side. And because the list speculates that it will be both a cop car and available to the racers, which if it is, that's going to be very cool because I love the Grand Cherokee SRT8. I think it's definitely a good choice for a game like this because it adds some variety. You know, you have your supercars, your sports cars, and then you have your tanks, like the Grand Cherokee SRT8. Now, on to Ford. We have, obviously, the Ford GT, the GT500, and also, for the cops, the Taurus SHO. Now, that's going to be an interesting cop car because it basically replaces the old Crown Vic from the original Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, and, well, original Hot Pursuit 2 back on the PS2, and from Need for Speed Most Wanted, and the new generation Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. Now, Chevrolet, obviously we have to talk about Chevrolet because we have the Camaro ZL1, the Corvette ZR1, and the C7 Stingray. Now, the C7 Stingray is probably going to be one of my favorite cars in the entire game to use. Definitely going to be very cool. C7s are actually starting to be seen out in the wild, if you will. There were a couple of them spotted in Europe, and obviously a couple more in the United States. I think one was seen in Switzerland, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure that there was one seen in Switzerland or Sweden. I'm not sure which one it was, but I'm pretty sure that there have been a couple seen in Europe. Now, for Aston Martin, we already know the 177 has been confirmed as a cop car, which is amazing, as well as the 2013 Vanquish has been confirmed as a racer and a cop. Now, that is awesome right there, because the new Vanquish is probably the best Aston in a very, very, very long... Well, not a very, very, very long time, because the previous Aston before that I really, really loved was the DBS, and obviously the 177 as well, so it'll definitely be, I think, a fun car to use both as a racer and as a cop. Now, on the BMW side, we're supposed to have the 2014 M4, which is the replacement for the M3, as well as the F10 M5 and the X6M. Now, the X6M and the M5 are speculated to be cop cars, but I'm hoping that they have racer variants of them as well, because, I mean, the X6M is another one of those tanks, and you really need another tank in order to compete with the Grand Cherokee SRT8. And plus, the X6M is just a beast anyway. And also, who doesn't want to race in the F10 M5? I personally love the F10 M5. I think it's amazing. I think it's one of the best M5s in a long time. Obviously, you have your Bugattis, your 2011 Super Sports, and your 2013 Grand Sport Vitesse. Not going to talk about the Bugattis very much because it's kind of obvious that they're going to be in the game. Also, this list speculates that the 2013 Cadillac XTS is going to be a cop car. Now, that is very interesting to me, and I would never have thought that that would be in the game. Now, that car is just a speculation, but if they do end up putting that in the game, I would be very interested to see how it performs and how it was actually used in the game. Now, that is not the entire list. If you want to see more of the list, you can click the link in the description below. I'll leave a link to the actual list on ps3trophies.org, and I will also be covering the rest of the cars in a future video. So if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, tell me in the comments below what you thought of it, and don't forget to come back later today for more Let's Play episodes of Need for Speed Most Wanted and possibly Grid 2 or Driver San Francisco tomorrow. I will see you guys later.